Okay, good afternoon. This is Group 2, presenting software engineering, requirement engineering. We're three in the group. Musinguzi Bernard is the first person, Chandiru Irene, that's me, and then Abdul Hakim Mugizi. So, slides are not moving. How do I go to the next? So, they are told us to describe the real-world problem, then state the problem definition. Our project is a final year project repository system, a case study on university. So, the problem statement, the brief description about is most times students find difficulty in selecting project, especially when they reach in final year. Like a student can select a project when the time of presentation comes, the project is being repeated by the previous students, so making the project to be rejected at the time of presentation. So we have come up with the solution, like to design a system to keep the project which had been done, to develop the repository for the project which has been done, so that when a student reaches in a final year, it can eliminate the issues of duplicating the projects, making the project to be rejected, and also wasting time while developing the project. Now reaching the time of presentation, you find disappointment of the project being rejected because you didn't know that it has been done. So that's why we have come up with the solution of designing and developing a centralized digital repository which can upload, search and access past projects, and also ensure compliance with the 5-year project reuse rule, which state that the project is supposed to be reused after it has stayed like 5 years without being used by any student. Like if I develop a project today, it has to stay like 5 years for it being repeated by someone. And also it facilitates faster and more efficient project proposal and approval process by the faculty heads and the supervisors. Now going to the functional requirement, my colleague will take you through from the functional requirement.
Yes, good afternoon, madam. So this is Mugizi Abdul Hakim. I'm starting from the functional requirements. Yeah, we know that functional requirements, these are like what the system should do and how it will do that. So for the key functional requirements here, we have the user registration and authentication. This is where the user will log in into the project or into the system so that they can be authenticated, like to use it. Then you also have the project uploading here. After logging in, we upload our project to the system. Then the third one, we have search and filter. So this one enables us like to search for the project. Is there a project like this one, like that? So we search. If the project is there, then we leave. If it's not there, then we can be able to work on that. Then we also have review and approval. This one is mostly done by the system admins or like the faculty heads. They review the project and then they approve it. If they approve it, then you can go ahead to work on the project. Then the last one, we have notification system. this one, it instantly alerts for the project status. Like it tells us that this project already exists. Maybe this project doesn't exist if the project at all doesn't exist on the system. Then we go to the non-functional requirements. These ones, for our system, we have the security and usability. So for the security, it encrypts sensitive data and secure access. Then the usability, simple, intuitive interface for students and faculty. So this graph, it represents the performance of the system. Yeah, that's all. Maybe my colleague will continue from there.
Alright, thank you for the presentation. So I'm Bernard and I'll be proceeding with the presentation. So for me, I'll proceed with the user stories, and basically user stories are just short, simple descriptions of features that are told us by the users of the system. So for our case, the basic users of this system and the students and also the faculty members, especially techno science, since this is a project that will be managing projects that have been done previously by different students. So here we came up with some of the sample user stories that we can have, especially when we are doing our requirements gathering, elicitation and analysis. So the first user story we have, like as a student, I want to search for past projects so that I can propose something that is unique, because we normally propose only projects that are basically unique. They should be relatively unique from those projects that have been done previously. Then the other story we have, as a faculty member, I want to review project submissions so that I can ensure quality. Then the other, as a student, I want to upload my project so that others can reference it in the future, because we also have some flexibility whereby if at all a given project has been done but someone can improve it, someone can choose to do that project by making some improvements, though the 5 years of the policy have not yet passed. Then we also have another story, like as an admin, I want to control user access so that I can secure sensitive data. So here probably this admin wants us to ensure protection of these systems, especially with maybe protecting data and the system itself using encryption and passwords. Then we also have another story, like as a student, I want notifications on my project status so that I stay informed. So these are some of the user stories that we came up with. So the next slide has requirements validation, and here we have different methods that we shall use to validate requirements as provided to us from the users of the system. So the first way of validating requirements is stakeholder interviews, interviewing students and faculty members to find out if at all what we are doing is meeting their requirements. Then the other one is prototyping. Here is creating a prototype and getting a feedback. We can use maybe a software-based prototype or a paper-based by drawing the architecture and the structure of the system, how we intend to build it, and we see if at all it is acceptable. Then we also have user testing, ensuring usability and functionality aligns with the expectations of these users. Then we also have requirement review. Here we shall have to engage the faculty and administrators to review for policy compliance, to find out if at all this system is complying with the policy. So otherwise, we thank you for listening and watching this video. So this was our presentation. Otherwise, wish you a nice time. Thank you.